Hi, Bill Riddle here. Coming up next is my interview with Mary Pat Faley, tennis author, tennis coach from California. You don't want to miss this. Welcome to 5 Questions. I'm here with my friend, Mary Pat Faley, who's out in California. You know what? She's been a teacher, a coach, a mentor for so many years. Played a little college tennis back in the South.
Yeah, in L.A., Lower Alabama.
Lower Alabama, okay.
Yep.
So played a little college tennis down the South there. And so we're here with 5 Questions today. We're out in the desert doing a little coaching here at the Tennis Congress. And so we want to catch up with you for a few minutes and just kind of talk a little bit. Tell me, like, your favorite tennis experience that you ever had.
Man, I'm a little Irish, like 100%.
Okay.
So you just don't want me to make me go Irish. So she hit a ball. It landed right behind the tee in the middle of the court. I caught the ball and I go, see this? I'm calling it out. If you want to play this way, this is how we're going to do it. So if the ball's in the green, call it in, please. Otherwise, I'm calling all these balls out.
Did it fix it?
It did. I don't think she'd ever had anybody do that. And I'm thinking, I never cheat, but if I'm going to cheat, I'm going to do it the right way.
I'm going to take it to another level. So you played college rules tennis before you were in college?
Absolutely,
okay.
Yeah. I didn't know that was really USTA. Like, if it's close, it's way out.
Right.
It's not even close. So it was like an abrupt introduction into you have to stand up for yourself.
Right.
Because no one else is there.
Because nobody's going to do it. So let's do this. Let's shift gears a second, though. Okay. Tell me, are you more old school rap or gangster rap?
Oh, well, my nickname is Sister Mary Pat, so
okay.
Of course I can't be gangster.
Okay.
Yeah.
With a name like that?
Exactly.
So it's old school rap then?
It has to be old school rap.
Okay,
yeah,
all right.
Yeah.
So some
I'm
early Run DMC maybe?
That's right, exactly.
Okay, all right. Well, see, we want to get to know you. And so the best way to know you is...
Yeah, I'm kind of on the sleeve. I wear all my feelings on my sleeve.
Well, tell me this. So if, you coach a lot of players, both adults and juniors. Yeah. Is there one thing that adult club players, if you could boil it down to one thing, say, what could they focus on, in your opinion, when they're out there trying to get better? Or can you boil it down to one thing?
Yeah, I really think the biggest thing, if you take that word focus, is the word focus means you have to narrow everything. You take all this exterior stuff, whether it's windy, the sun's in your eyes, your partner's playing terrible.
Right.
And even if you play a lot of doubles, how your partner plays shouldn't affect you, but it always seems to. Right. So if your focus is just on what I call watching the seams of the ball. Right. So let's call it seam watching, because people try to watch the ball, but they've heard that mantra for years. So they get ready to return serve, and they're like, all right, this one, I'm going to watch the ball. Ready, turn my shoulders, drop my racket, step into it. And you hit the ball, and you're like, oh, I didn't even watch the ball at all. Right. I just said that to myself 4 times, and I didn't do it. Yeah. So to me, I have to change adult and juniors, just mental little shifts of you have to focus on the ball, but change the wording because you've heard it too much, and it kind of is white noise.
Right.
So I call it seam watching.
Right.
Do you see the seams of the ball from the bounce to contact point?
Right.
So if you do that, everything else kind of flows.
Kind of falls into place.
Right.
Ball seems bigger.
Right.
Hopefully
slows it down. The biggest thing they'd say is, wow, that slowed it down. It looked like a big old grapefruit was coming.
Right.
Instead of this little tiny, ping pong ball.
Right.
Just in how they felt like they had more time.
Tell us about your first tennis coach.
Ooh.
And how that person may be impacted where you are with tennis now.
Yeah, my real first tennis coach was named Bob Collins. Okay. And that was when we moved here to California. And like I said, I started tennis when I was 15, pretty late. And I went to this club that everyone was a member of. And I'm like, we got to join this club. I got to take lessons.
Right.
People only play one sport. I mean, coming from Chicago, whatever season you play a sport.
Right.
And so I go to this club and I'm like, I got to get good fast. I'm
right.
kind of all or nothing. So I found what was told the meanest coach, the most strict, and no nonsense. He never messed around.
Right.
Because I didn't have much time.
Yeah.
So I didn't go with the guys.
You had to make it happen quick.
That's right. I didn't go with the guys that were really nice or you'd hit 4 balls to the back fence, and they say, "Nice shot, good try."
Right.
You know, no, tell me the way it is. You know, it kind of put it on the line. This is what you got to do. Give me the goals. If you give me a goal, I'll set it. I'll make it.
Right.
So I did that with him, and we, you know, I come from a family of 6 kids. We didn't have a lot of money for private lessons, so I kind of told him that out of the gate. I had a lot of odd jobs, so I, you know, make sure I got money because I had to have lessons.
Right.
And he was really a great mentor for me, and he made a deal with me that I had to sit there on the court and be with him when he was coaching, and he would make me stand behind him when he's hitting balls to these juniors, and he'd say, "All right, what are they doing wrong?" And I'd say, "Well, they're not following through." He said, "No, that's like the 7th thing that's wrong.
Right.
The number one thing, so you don't have to tell them the other 6 things."
Right.
And so
The root of the problem.
correct, because we all could do 10 things wrong on hitting a forehand long.
Yeah.
But give me the number one thing, it fixes everything else.
Right.
And again, that goes back to the focus of just pick one thing. And so he would make me sit on his court for hours when he was coaching these younger juniors, because then he had me as part of my paying him to hit with them. So I was giving the same feedback that he gave me as a coach.
Right. You're learning twice as much.
But I didn't know that at the time.
Right.
I was just doing it because I was trying to get better. So it was kind of a 2-for-1 deal, and I got the way better at the deal.
You got the good stuff. Mary Pat, you've been elected head of all things tennis in the United States. How do you make tennis better? You can do anything you want.
I think we need a lot more women tennis pros, because women tend to be more nurturing anyway.
Yeah.
And even
Totally agree with that.
So women being more nurturing, I think, would also help grow the sport for kids getting into it to feel like they become successful. I mean, tennis to me, if you're not good as a kid and making pretty good contact and feel good about it, you go to another sport.
Right.
You go to, like, why does soccer have so many thousands, maybe millions of kids doing it?
Right.
And there's one ball.
Yeah.
And you don't touch it very, very much.
And you don't score that often.
No, it's called swarm ball.
Yeah.
You have one ball and you all swarm there. But tennis, you could do it by yourself. You could do it with somebody else. You could do it on a team.
Right.
I just think if you take that, where you get more women into the game that really help kids, you can grow that 10 and under section more because they feel good about themselves.
Right.
If you make a kid feel successful, you give them the self-confidence, the self-esteem, and that to me is...
Then they stay around longer.
They stay around longer.
Yeah.
And girls in that in-between stage of kind of 14, 15, 16 really need that
connection.
nurturing, yes, and
Yeah.
somebody that they can talk to about stuff, and that self-confidence. That's, you know, one kid says one negative thing, it
Right.
takes 100 positive things
To change it.
to change that one negative thing that one person said to them.
Yeah.
And women just tend to take it more internally,
Right.
and guys go,
Whatever.
never mind, whatever you say, I don't have to listen to you.
Well, I'm going to tell you, I'm all for more women being in tennis. Huge fan of women.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, that's good. So we're in the right
especially
place.
blondes.
Yeah.
All right, Mary Pat, you go to the ice cream shop. Sprinkles, no sprinkles. What's it going to be?
Oh my God, totally sprinkles. But
Yeah.
don't I get at least 3 toppings? So I'm not taking just sprinkles.
3 toppings and sprinkles.
Of course.
You wrote a book, Winning in Tennis and in Life. And so you can see it right here. And you can get it on Amazon, or where can you get it at?
Or my website,
Or your
then I
website?
can sign it to you.
Okay.
Or your doubles partner, if you need to make them better. Of
Right.
course. Or, you know, it's a great gift even for kids. So it's on my website, marypatfaley.com.
Okay.
And you can get the book, and I send it out to you and make sure I sign it to whoever you want it to be signed to.
Appreciate you being with us today on 5 Questions. We're going to see you guys on the court sometime soon. Big thanks to Mary Pat right here. Awesome lady, awesome coach, and an author. And we'll see you soon.
Thanks, Bill.